tip ever. I love it.
I mean, I know a lot of women are out there who would think that completely takes away from the purpose.
Hold on, it helps the purpose.
I can't believe that I haven't thought of this myself.
I know, like, I've done so many different ways to get Christmas shopping done in different ways. I've actually paid people to go shopping for me. That was an epic fail.
Especially if they just took your money and ran.
They never took my money and run. I made sure they were incapable of doing such a thing. But I've done all these different ways to kind of accomplish this Christmas shopping without having to actually step foot in the store for longer than I want to. And I've never, ever thought of this genius way. Like, there's no other way to describe this but genius.
It is.
Now, if only they did that for alcohol stores. Or restaurants. Like, phone ahead. Oh, yeah, this is where I'm going to be sitting.
Ow!
This is what I want to eat.
I've just been attacked by a cat.
Again.
Ow! I'm going to kill this cat. I'm telling you.
So,
if the cat's owners are listening in, I'm going to kill your cat. I make no apologies, Bubbles, at all.
They need to have more of these genius ways, or a book made of how to shop like a man. Because it works. We are the quickest shoppers. At times. It's a quick in, quick out. We go in for what we want. We do not really find anything extra unless we have someone tagging along, and then we start having to look elsewhere because we're bored and we don't want to shop anymore, and we end up shopping to kill our boredom of shopping, which is the most disturbing thing of all.
The only time I ever quote unquote shop is when I'm going to a store to kind of dream of all the things that I would like to buy, but I'm not actually going to buy.
And then you end up buying something that's like equally as stupid.
In some cases, yes.
It's pretty much the man thing. It's
I'm telling
you, it's the man thing to do. Is we go into a store, it's like, oh, we can't afford you, but we really want this, but hey, we're gonna buy this anyways.
I'm sorry. I'm being attacked by a cat here, and I'm thinking, okay, I put my feet up. I'm fine. No, this cat is just bound and determined it's going to attack me.
This is our studio. We are being.
This is studio what Z?
We've lost letters.
We've lost too many letters on here. I mean, we started off with A and B and C. I think A was my garage, B was my basement, C was your place.
I don't even know.
We're I don't know, we're Studio D at least now. I don't know.
It's at this point it's Studio F.
Because FSL, yeah, I know.
No, F stands for fuzzy.
Yeah, it's Fuzzy Studio. I don't know.
This. As we said before, this is our last episode before Christmas, which is sad. We got one more episode, till New Year's, which is kind of hard to believe that New Year's is here already.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It's been a long year, and next year should be an even better year.
I've been, hearing about this a lot. I mean, 2016... for a lot of people, has just been a downright terrible year. This, according to what I've actually heard at work, this is actually a global trend. It's not just, celebrities, who've passed away. I mean, just the year in general has been, just a really nasty year. Which is funny because, I hear people going off and complaining about it and saying, funny, this is actually been one of the better years, considering some of my previous years. I mean, this is for me. I mean, this will be the first full year, since 2012 that I've been employed. In a position. 2012 was the last time I actually spent a full 12 months, employed, and my health is good. And my son is doing generally well. So, I mean, you pull all those things together. For me, this has been a great year. I know that for many people listening and for, people out there, that's not the case. So here's praying that you guys all have a completely awesome 2017. So I'm definitely looking forward to the upcoming year.
Oh, yeah.
We're still like doing Christmas here. I mean, is there like any Christmas shows or Christmas movies that you have to watch every year?
For me, I'm not a huge Christmas person. I really fully don't enjoy the Christmas spirit as much as a lot of people do, which is a shame. I used to enjoy it so much when I was younger, and out of the last 5-6 years, I really haven't enjoyed it as much. But the one movie I absolutely cannot go without watching is Home Alone. I actually have been watching the first one again recently. This is a movie that I can't go without watching. It's absolutely wonderful.
It's a good movie. There's a video out there which goes off and explains why the two burglars should not have survived their encounter with Kevin McAllister. And
Yep.
I mean, if you guys can find it, great. Go up and again link that to our Facebook page. Again, Captain Fizz and Masked Man. You can search it up on there. But you know what? I mean, as for myself, I'd be the first person to admit I'm a bit of a Muppets fan. We watched Muppet Christmas Carol, which I think is a great interpretation of it. And we found a complete version of Muppet Family Christmas. Now, oftentimes when this actually makes it to TV or on DVD, 3 songs are deleted out of the special, including Muppet Baby singing "Santa Claus is Coming to Town" for some bizarre reason. But we were able to find a complete version on eBay and sat back and watched it, and to me it's the greatest thing ever.
See, the two movies that really kind of speak out to me that I am a sucker for is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Absolutely love Rudolph. It's one of my favorite songs and favorite things to watch. The other one's Frosty the Snowman.
Did you know that they actually did a special with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and Frosty the Snowman?
Yes.
And a whale that for some reason has a clock attached to his tail?
Yes. I chose to ignore the drug-induced whale. But there's so many great Christmas movies out there that half the time I don't even know what to actually watch. We've watched all the Santa Claus movies recently, which was really good. Just finished the Polar Express, which was a lot better than I originally expected because I've actually never seen it before.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it either. The other night while I was at my parents', we watched the version of A Christmas Carol, the animated one with Jim Carrey. I thought it was good, but there is a scene in it where Ebenezer gets shrunk down to the size of a rat and is running from the ghost of Christmas yet to come in a ghostly, shadowy carriage. And it actually took away from the whole movie. They actually bragged about it because it's actually in the book. And they were the first and only version to actually try to do it. I can understand why no one else has tried to do it because it really takes away from the story. It feels really weird after watching it, and I've been seeing so many other versions that they would go up and add something that doesn't really add anything to it.
Definitely, both are very classic movies. Another one is The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Which version? I mean, I will be the first one that I like Jim Carrey's version.
Absolutely.
But if I had my druthers, I would go for the half-hour cartoon over the 90-minute.
And it depends. It depends on your mood and all that. I like the cartoon one, but I do like the Jim Carrey one. I feel it a little bit more down to earth, a lot more emotion and feeling to it.
They definitely add a lot to the story and kind of explain why the Grinch hated Christmas so much.
And the other one that I think a lot of people can't live without, and it's not just for Christmas but for other holidays as well, is Charlie Brown.
Oh well, they seem to have like a special for every holiday, especially in the United States. I mean, they have one for Memorial Day in the
Yeah.
United States for
They
whatever
pretty
reason.
much have Charlie Brown for pretty much any major holiday in Canada, North America.
But again, the Christmas one is, I mean, definitely it is amongst the best out there, and it's an absolute classic. And I can't imagine now going off and watching it. If I had to go, if we're gonna go down that road, I'm gonna go off in Garfield's Christmas. I thought was really good. Although, I mean, going back to Charlie Brown, there's actually like three.
Yes.
I want a dog for Christmas Charlie Brown, and I think there's one other one.
Yeah, no,
There's too many.
Charlie Brown is one of those ones that you just can't do without. It's pretty much a household staple, especially up here. As far as I know, everyone I know has either seen it, watched it, or they build a time around to watch it for Christmas as well as Halloween is another one that
Well, yeah, those would definitely be the two best, in my opinion. But, I mean, I guess you could maybe add the Thanksgiving one to that as well.
And according to Weem, he has to grab a hanky if he's going to watch Charlie Brown Christmas. I definitely second that. It is a very emotional movie, and really, really awesome.
Well, as a guy who grew up as a bit of an outsider, I always felt for Charlie Brown, especially amongst these punk ass kids that he had to go to school with.
Yes.
So making fun of his Christmas tree and everything, and just wanted to go off and Lucy. I mean, come on. Who out there has not wanted to go off and punt Lucy after pulling the football on Charlie Brown?
I think in a way, and what speaks so great about Charlie Brown and Charlie Brown Christmas and all these different ones is how well people relate to Charlie Brown. We are all at one point Charlie Brown.
We are all Charlie Brown.
So I think that's why Charlie Brown has become such a household staple, especially around Christmas time, because we all have a family like that. Like the bunch on there, we all have someone who's like Pigpen, the very, big heart. Someone like Lucy, someone like Linus, all these different ones. We know people like them, and that's why it speaks to us more.
It's interesting going into Charlie Brown. He was one of the first comics to go off and integrate different nationalities. And he didn't even think about it. It wasn't even an intentional thing. It's just he grew up having, friends that were, African American. And so it made sense to him that, Charlie Brown would have, an African American friend. Oh. I mean, it was like, something intentional. It says, you know what, I'm going to do this because I want to go off and change the world. It's like, no, you know what, man? I did, this happened to me when I was a kid, so it's going to happen to Charlie Brown. He went off and he's admitted, or Charles Schultz admitted in life, that a lot of the stuff that he did in the comics was based off his own experiences in watching his kids and his grandkids, growing up and, their experiences and the way they talk and their dialogue.
Yeah, and that's why it is so, moving, is because it's not just a cartoon. It's not just a comic. It's so much more. It's real life in cartoon form, and that in itself is a very special thing. But there are so many different Christmas movies and Christmas traditions that people have out there, which is awesome. I don't know, like, do you have any special Christmas traditions?
Well, every Christmas Eve we go to my parents' house and we have fondue.
Oh, that sounds like a fun time.
It is. I mean, we sit around a couple of pots of boiling hot oil, go off and stick pieces of meat in there, and go off and have apples and cheese fondue, and go off and just talk, and it's a fun time. I mean, it takes you probably about 2 hours to go off and eat your fill. But I mean, during that time, you're absolutely enjoying yourself.
And see, that's tradition I can get behind. I don't know. Like, for me, I don't think we really had too many Christmas traditions. Ours was definitely pretty, normal and pretty much like everyone else's. We always, we sat around watching Charlie Brown, Christmas Eve, the night before with the Christmas tree lit up and all that. hot chocolates,